busy with the grind, but Yahuwah spoke and drew a Kodesh line. He set the seventh, set it apart for me. Now the candles flicker and my spirit's free. Shabbat Shalom, peace has come to stay. Yahuwah's resting, and I'm resting today. No more striving, just breathing in His grace, chilling in His presence in this sacred space. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Worries of the week, like shadows, fade away. His word reminds me there's no need to stray. Come to me weary, I will give you rest. In Yahuwah's presence, I'm completely at rest. Shabbat Shalom, peace has come to stay. Yahuwah's resting, and I'm resting today. No more striving, just breathing in His grace, chilling in His presence in this sacred space. Shabbat Shalom. Oh, Shabbat Shalom. No rushing, no striving, just breathing in His grace. Family gathered, smiling face to face. He calls the Sabbath a delight to keep. In perfect shalom, my soul finds sweet release. Shabbat Shalom, peace has come to stay. Yahuwah's resting, and I'm resting today. No more striving, just breathing in His grace, chilling in His presence in this sacred space. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. From sunset to sunset, His peace covers me like a river flowing, calm and deep and free. Yahuwah is my refuge, my hiding place. On this coldest day, I rest in His embrace. Shabbat Shalom, peace has come to stay. Yahuwah's resting, and I'm resting today. No more striving, just breathing in His grace, chilling in His presence in this sacred space. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shabbat Shalom.
And a Shabbat Shalom to all of you guys out there. My name is Jason.
I'm Caden. I'm Jaden.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Eli.
And we are the Yahuwah and the Torah YouTube channel. And we can't thank you guys enough. We are the people who believe that the first 5 books of scriptures, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, are indeed everything to our life when it comes down to understanding why we're here, what we should be doing, how we should be living our lives, how we should be leading our families, how we should be running business, how we should be working, every bit of it, every last thing that we should do. And the guidebook for this are found in the first 5 books of scriptures. That is called the Torah. Now, if we live in this religious system that says, oh, it's called the law, which in Hebrew, the Torah does not actually translate to law. It translates to instructions. And so if you want to look at the difference between good instructions and bad instructions, you would see very clearly that the first 5 books of scriptures are good instructions. Now, we have been doing this 𝤉𝐄𝐄 and the Torah live stream now for a long time. We're getting to the end of Deuteronomy. And it has been an honor and it has been an incredible time that we have been able to spend with you guys. And we're in the middle of debating whether or not we continue on beyond the book of Deuteronomy. And it's one of these things that as a family where, we've been doing this for years and years. And it's one of these things that we are possibly looking at ending. And so it's one of these things that we have a lot of family of you guys that are out there that, we love to hang with you guys. And this is a part of all of this is the hanging out, is the getting with this. But when it comes to leading these and to get us to where the point is, it becomes a stressful part of our Shabbat. And so it's one of these things that we're looking to the creator of the universe to give us some guidance, to give us his wishes on the future of this channel. But for today, we are absolutely praising and worshiping our creator in song, in praise, in love and admiration. And when it comes to a shout out, I think it is proper that we shout out the creator, Yahuwah, and we shout out his son, Yahushua. And not simply for building us and simply for engineering us, but for giving us a guide path, for giving us something that we can get back to the garden, that we can get back to creation, that we can find our way out of this miserable, dark world that we are in. And it's miserable because the forces of darkness are all around us. We're being surrounded in all ways. If it doesn't come through the music and the airwaves and the TV and the lies and the manipulation, and it's a very, very dark time in this world right now. And so it is with that we would love to welcome you guys to this and possibly one of the last of the Shabbats that we have as a family, a big family out there. Cade, will you please open us up in prayer?
Heavenly Father, we thank you once again. We come before you as a united family, seeking your guidance, seeking your Torah, seeking your ways. And we thank you for the Shabbat. We thank you for your day of rest, a special day you set apart for your people, a day that you knew we needed because 7 days of work would be too much. We thank you for your son. We thank you for your Torah. We thank you for your prophets. We thank you for this family you put all around us from all around the world that are united here today, that are all virtually across this table celebrating your Shabbat. We thank you for in his name. Amen.
All right, let's get back to our praise and worship. This song is called Not Bondage, it's Breath.
Oh, yeah. Not bondage, it's breath. Not burden, it's light. Yahuwah's laws are the rhythm that makes wrong turn right. Those who want to truly live God, every command, kingdom citizens obey and take their Father's hand. Yeah, they labeled it a heavy yoke, a chain around the neck, but Yahuwah calls it life itself. Protect, provide, direct. Easy on the weary, simple for the child to see. 4 simple words: love me, love my family. Not bondage, it's breath. Not burden, it's light. Yahuwah's laws are the rhythm that makes wrong turn right. Those who want to truly live God, every command, kingdom citizens obey and take their Father's hand. for grain. No beating up the disabled, his mercy stays the same. No roadkill on your table, no blood upon your plates. His ways are pure protection, never, ever hate. Not bondage, it's breath. Not burden, it's light. Yahuwah's laws are the rhythm that makes wrong turn right. Those who want to truly live God, every command, kingdom citizens obey and take their Father's hand. Yeah, they scream legalism while the world falls apart. Family shattered, governments corrupt from the start. But the Torah is the glue that holds a nation tall. Remove it and watch Babylon rise, and watch the righteous fall. Not bondage, it's breath. Not burden, it's light. Yahuwah's laws are the rhythm that makes wrong turn right. Those who want to truly live God, every command, kingdom citizens obey and take their Father's hand. It's not about perfection, it's about direction true. A heart that says your will, not mine, that's what he's asking you. Easy, yes, life-giving, more than words can say. The lawless call it chains, the wise call it the way. Not bondage, it's breath. Not burden, it's light. Yahuwah's laws are the rhythm that makes wrong turn right. Those who want to truly live God, every command, kingdom citizens obey and take their Father's hand. Not bondage, it's breath. Not bondage, it's breath. In the beginning, Yahuwah made the Shamayim and the earth, worked 6 days and rested, showed us our true worth. He finished creation and said it is good. Now he invites me to rest as I should. Rest in Yahuwah. Let your soul be still. Lay your burdens down on his Kodesh hill. Chill with the Father. Feel his gentle breeze. Shabbat is calling. Come and be at ease. Rest in Yahuwah. Rest in Yahuwah. No emails, no deadlines, no race against the clock. Just bread, fruit, and laughter as we stop. His ruach refreshes like morning dew. Every chain of worry falls off brand new. Rest in Yahuwah. Let your soul be still. Lay your burdens down on his His rest still stands, a gift for his children across all lands. He refreshes my soul, makes my cup overflow. On this Shabbat day, I'm fully whole. Rest in Yahuwah, let your soul be still. Lay your burdens down on his Kodesh hill. Chill with the Father, feel his gentle breeze. Shabbat is calling, come and be at ease. Rest in Yahuwah, rest in Yahuwah.
Late at night when the stars fill the sky so wide, I sit and remember how you walked by my side. Through every valley, every tear I couldn't hide, you turned my stumbling steps into a steady stride. I think about the times I thought I'd never make it through, but you whispered your commands and showed me what is true. Now every morning I wake up and I know it's real. Your ways are higher than anything I could ever feel. Yahuwah, you're amazing every single day. The way you lead me, the path you lay, I'm lost in wonder at the love you display. Yahuwah, you're amazing in every way. I read your Torah and my heart starts to burn. Each line of obedience makes my ruach turn. From chasing shadows to walking in your light, you'll rewrite my story in the still of the night. The more I surrender, the clearer I see how your perfect will is the only place to be. No fancy words, just a quiet yes from me. And suddenly your peace comes washing over me. Yahuwah, you're amazing every single day. The way you lead me, the path you lay, I'm lost in wonder at the love you display. Yahuwah, you're amazing in every way. Friends may wonder why I choose this narrow road, but I've tasted your truth and it carries my load. When the world pulls hard and the flesh wants to stray, I remember your voice and I choose to obey. You take the ordinary and make it set apart. You write a new chapter straight on my heart. Every yes I give you opens up the door to see your hand moving like never before. Yahuwah, say it's the sweetest freedom I have found today. So I'll sing it soft and I'll sing it loud and true. Yahuwah, my Elohim, I'm forever amazed by you. You're amazing every single day. The way you lead me, the path you lay. I'm lost in wonder at the love you display. Yahuwah, you're amazing in every way. Amazing, amazing. I'm amazed by you.
All right, guys. This song is called "Yamazing," and that's an incredible word when you're looking at descriptive words of things that are simply Yamazing. And as we've been with you guys, some of you guys, for many, many, many years, as we go through lessons and reading and scriptures, I think the thing that everybody can agree to is that our theme here at the Yahuwah and the Torah channel has always been the same. It has always been the group of us, the family of us, that are trying to educate, trying to beg, plead, do whatever it is possible for those who are able to have their eyes open and those ears are open. That people are able to see the truth in this world, that we are twisted up with lies. Everywhere that we look, this world is just a deceptive, nasty world that we are in. And this theme, we're going to definitely end on the same theme. That we hope that you guys out there will fall in love with our Creator. And there's no way that you will ever fall in love with our Creator if you don't understand His words. If you have never read His Torah seriously. If you've never read Scripture seriously. If you let some greasy guy that's sitting up there in a temple made of man that's telling you lies, if that's all you know, then you've done yourself a disservice. And I think we can all say that when we read the scriptures, everything changes. And when you read the scriptures with your eyes open, it becomes different. Our world becomes different. All of our dreams and hopes and aspirations and everything in our life when we are Torah based is different. We're no longer longing for the gold chips. We're no longer longing to enhance this world that we are in. We're no longer doing the things that this world does. And a part of being separated, a part of being called apart, the part of being that little drop of water compared to the wave of people that don't make it, is that we are in a covenant. We are in an agreement that is brought forth by our Creator, and we have had access to sign this agreement. Now, this agreement says, if you will obey my laws, my statutes, and my commandments, and we're talking about Yahuwah, will be your Elohim. In fact, not only will He be our Elohim, but He will guide us, He will deliver us, He will walk with us, He will talk with us. He will provide every last bit of manna that we need daily to do this. And it is this walk, this separation walk, and this covenant that most of the world will never care about. 400,000 different religions, and every single one of them are different than what the scriptures say. And I will always end with that as astounding to me. That everybody thinks that they love their Creator. Everybody thinks they love the Son of our Creator. But yet everybody hates His words. Not a single person that you talk to on the streets could ever tell you what the Torah of our Creator is. They will go, oh, that's the 10 Commandments. And they'll say, yeah, we keep the 10 Commandments. And then if you mention the 4th commandment, they will say, well, we changed that. That was changed. That was changed to Sunday. We no longer have to keep the 7th day Shabbat. And people will tell you all these excuses as they march themselves into eternity in a veil of darkness, in a facade of truth. in a way that they think that salvation has been sold to them. But yet when you read the scriptures, salvation is more of a commitment. It's more of a lifestyle. It is more of one of these things that we have the ability of achieving based upon what scriptures say. And when scripture says that if we follow our Creator based upon his scriptures for all generations, and that our lives will be blessed and they will be cursed without them, I believe it. And so it is with that this family is always going to push, prod, beg, plead, whatever it takes for you guys out there to pick up your scriptures and to read them with your lights on, with your understanding open, and with your heart receptive to the truth. And this truth will never die. Regardless if we stop doing the Shabbat service, it's never going to stop. And the message will always be the exact same. Please read your scriptures. And so with that, we're going to go into what they call the Shema. And the Shema is something that we go over every single day, every single week. It's something that we live by. It is something that we hope that all of you guys will live by. And it's out of the book of Deuteronomy. And in this book, we learn a lot of things. We learn that our Creator is one. We learn that his word is supposed to be with us for all times. It's supposed to be everything that is in our lives. It's how we raise our families. It's how we work with our spouses. It's absolutely everything. And if we would all take these words to heart, and we all believed and we all followed this, the world would be a much different place than what it is. Jade, will you please give our brothers and sisters the Shema?
Hear, O Israel, Yahuwah Elohim, Yahuwah is one. And you shall love Yahuwah your Elohim with all your heart, and with all your being, and with all your might. And these words I am commanding you today shall be in your heart, and you shall impress them upon your children. And shall speak of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up. And shall bind them as a sign on your hand, and they shall be as frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates.
So these are the most important things that we've ever had. And when you mention this to somebody, if you read this to a standard religious person, they won't understand it. They're like, what do you mean? What do we write on our doorposts? What does this mean that we put something before our eyes? How is it that it's everything in our lives? That is what the Torah reveals to all of us, is that there is a way forward, that we weren't just dumped onto these lands, these plains, and we weren't just said here, enjoy it, or have at it, good luck, right? We weren't given any of that. In fact, we were given beautiful instructions, and these beautiful instructions we are about to go over here in just a second. And these instructions are everything for your life. If you take these instructions and make them the pillars of your life, they will literally become the pillars of your house. And when you have big pillars in your house and a stable foundation that can't come down, well, the rest of the world doesn't have that. The rest of the world's living moment to moment, day to day, and they don't know what tomorrow will bring. When those of us who keep the Torah know that tomorrow, our last breath, will bring eternity with our Creator, if so we have chosen it. So Miss Nicole, will you please go over our brothers and sisters in the chat? Who do we got?
We have a full house again. All right, so we have Christina, Sarah and William, Jeanette, Bad Yahuwah. I always mess that one up. I don't know why. Trevor, Joanna, Sue, Brandy and family, Edward Wright, welcome to you, new name. Exposed 777, Hannah, Hara Williams, welcome to you. Sister Barb and family, Jeremy and Callan, Charles, Danny Boy, Brandy and family. I might have already said Brandy. Sorry if I did.
We say it twice. We love you guys so much. We say it twice.
We have James, Genie Out of This World, Honeymoon Stitch, Brian, Yahuwah 777. It's like 2 or 3 a.m. where he's at. Let's see, Yahuwah Chan, Mike, Cindy, King GG, still scrolling, Rick Johnson, The Grand. I'm still going. I think that's everybody.
I see Rick's comment in here. He says he will speak against the Most High and oppress the elect and try to change the set apart times. You know, we live in a very, very interesting world, don't we? Did you guys see the little thing that just came out? And we got to be very careful now, because on this what's going around is you guys know the thingy bopper of 2020, right? The father of the thingy. It looks like, you know, the next thingy is at the horizon, and it's astounding that the people have the memories of goldfish. It's like we just barely came out of this time, and it hasn't even been a decade ago, right? It's the beginning of this decade that we had such an event go down. And then everybody opened their eyes, and it came clear that what it was what it was. And then all of a sudden, you see this happening again. It's like we live in the most deceptive time anywhere in this world. And I hope that you guys out there who are the children of the Most High are not getting hoaxed, right? That we're not falling into this world's traps of this deception. And, you know, I don't know if you guys, did anyone out there, you guys notice that, I guess next week, the Rumpster, the Orange Demon, is going to be having a national Shabbat day, where he wants for the United States, whatever it was. How old are they? 250? Is that what they are? 250th anniversary, and then to support something about Jewish folks. Next Friday is where you have the Rumpster that wants everybody to honor Shabbat from sunset to sunset. And when you look at the actions of the Orange Demon, and then the Orange Demon pops out stuff like this, you're just like, wow, are we like literally, I mean, you could say we're at the end days, but I mean, are we at the end, are we at the last hours? I mean, everything is happening so quick right before our eyes. And the deception, you know, the scary thing about what we're seeing down here is that it's going so fast and so furious. And it's like, wow, we never saw it coming like this. And then it came, and now it's just 90 going north, right? It is just blasting off. And so it is a very interesting world, very, very interesting time to be alive. And these are the times where I think there's more ammo to be a Torah keeper, right? Is this, you know, when the rest of the world has separated themselves from light and darkness, full on, and darkness is completely running these lands from one plane to the other plane. It's like every single one of these guys are in this. And what I can see, just without even being all I got to do is just barely look, is that the future for all of us is going to be a little rough and rumble. It's going to be it's going to be some interesting times. And, you know, it's all glory to our Creator that He didn't give us more than 6,000 years. You know, I was thinking about that this morning, and I'm like, wow, you know, had our Creator given us 7,000 years, can you imagine the state of the world another 1,000 years from now? Mankind has completely overridden this. We've brought the Babylon system back to life. Every nation, we literally speak as one tongue, right? We can speak to the entire world in one language, and everybody can hear it because everybody can translate it. We are back to the days of Babylon. We are back to the days of Nimrod. We are literally seeing the Tower of Babel right before our eyes. And it's interesting to see. And I would like to use this as encouragement for all of you guys out there, for everybody that is out there that can see this with your eyes and your heart and your stomach. You feel this. Things are popping. These are great times to be a Torah keeper. These are absolute great times to seek our Creator. If you ever had a doubt of good versus evil, and your eyes are open and the cloud goes off your eyes, it's very, very, very clear to see the wild, wild world that is happening right now. So guys, Torah keeping is in, and what we're about to go over right here is the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator. Now, if you've never ever heard these laws, statutes, and commandments, I will tell you that the world has tried to convince you that these are bondage. These are horrible things. Oh, there's nothing more bad than keeping the commandments of our Creator. Oh, this is terrible. This is awful, right? When in fact that is utterly ridiculous. It is utterly a lie from the hand of Hasatan, and people buy it hook, line, and sinker. And if they buy it hook, line, and sinker, they're probably never ever going to unbuy it. But for those of us who did, Mr. Cole, you're looking at me like you have some info. What you got?
I don't have any info.
What you got?
I just have 4 people more that we need to say hi to.
Okay. Say hi. Say hi to the people.
Raw for Yah, Caleb and Amanda.
Hi.
Obi Lyons, Chris, and Josh Rhodes.
Yeah.
I had to throw those ones in there.
It did last year. What did Mike say on the thing? I like Mike's comment. Mike had a good comment like further on down, but I don't think we can actually see it. No, we can't. But he was talking about his frustration that he had with the people and this entire paganism style world. And brother, we've been on YouTube a long time, and I've battled. I would have to say, and it's not something like, oh yeah, I battled the Christians. But anybody that is out there speaking the truth, you're going to be battling people, right? And it doesn't matter. It's not always the Christians, but the Christians are probably the most brainwashed when it comes to doctrine because they live a lawless doctrine. And so when you try to help them with foundation, they get very angry, right? They run to the Paul said, they run to their grace, yada 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 yada. We've all heard it, right? It never ever ends. And the thing about brainwashing, and guys, religion is brainwashing, right? You have come to a conclusion about the Creator of the universe and His Son and what salvation is that is contrary to what the Scriptures say. So how do we understand this? How do we get brainwashed? Well, a lot of us grew up in the church, right? For me, I grew up in the church. I was a good little Christian boy. Went to church all the time. I was a saved dude. We were saving people. I don't know how many people my mom and I saved at church camps when she was always out there getting little kids to raise their hands as they are praying to Jesus, and everybody leaves with a kumbaya spirit, and we're all saved, right? Now, how many people have we sent to the pits of hell based on this, right? All of these kind of things are going to be a problem. So let us get into the real truth. Mr. Cole, did you have his comment? Did you find us? Or not?
It was up further.
If not, it's okay. But I'm with you, Mike. I know exactly what you're talking about. And it is absolutely frustrating. It's hard to give people truth for sure.
Was it this one? The lost of the Christians have been nailed to the cross.
Yes, that's
with
it.
Jesus.
Yes.
Now we are under grace alone.
Yes.
They use verses to support their belief out of context. I'm getting frustrated with them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. It's nailed to the cross, right? Like the most satanic thing you could ever say, right? Like literally, it'd be going around, it'd be like telling my kids, you know what? Your mom, she doesn't really know what she's talking about, right? She wants you to do all this stuff. That's crazy. Let's nail that stuff to the side of the wall. Everything she says, nail it to the wall. Can you imagine what my wife is going to say to me first, and then probably I would readjust my thinking to the kids, right? It's not going to go down well. When you say you nail something to something, it's over, right? It's abolished. And the Christians see that word in Scripture. They go, look, it says right there, fulfilled. That means that we don't have to do it anymore. And you're like, well, the word fulfilled means to fill up, to make full. It doesn't say abolish. There's nowhere in Scriptures the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator are abolished. And then you fall into the programming side of the house and you start taking up arguments, and you will never ever win. Now, I watched this video years ago, and it was called, like, I think Candles in the Darkness or something, and it literally talks about how to unprogram people. And it wasn't necessarily about religion. It was about people that go pay their taxes, right? Or people think that they live in something. They're all completely brainwashed, and they base everything on it. And then when you mention it, they will fight you for it, right? They pick up their wares and they start chucking knives and rocks at you. So the bottom line of this, it was like an 8 or 9 hour video series on how to actually try to get people to unprogram, and 100% of it is asking questions that they have to answer themselves. Like, you cannot say the laws of our Creator are good. you would have to ask them, which laws of our Creator do you struggle with the most? Right? And then if they can come to the understanding that they don't actually know the laws of our Creator to hate what they are doing, it's all a struggle, right? And so there is a process to get people out of it. Some people can actually be deprogrammed, but most won't. And it is one of these things. It's tough. So with that, guys, let's get into our laws, the statutes and commandments, these beautiful things that we have been given for all times, all generations, all peoples. This is the gift, guys. What you see right here, right before you, is amazingness. This is yawesome, right? This is amazing. So commandment number 1, which is not in the trash, not nailed to the cross, not abolished, none of that, is to be fruitful. And the reason that we want to be fruitful is because we have been given a short amount of time. It may seem like a lot of time for us as we're walking these lands. However, when you're looking at eternity, you're looking at the 6,000 years this lands have been around, and you're looking at what our Creator, excuse me, I'm dying here, folks. Keep me alive, y'all. Here we are, right? And so it's something that is for being fruitful, right? How can this go wrong? How can we nail something like to the cross? And it goes for every one of these 157 commands that we have right here. They're not bondage. They're not baggage. They are life. They are blessings. Commandment 2.
Multiply. We're supposed to sprout throughout the earth. Replenish the earth. We're supposed to give back to the earth. Subdue it. Have you remember the fish, fowl, and every living creature. We should be the ones in control of everything and not them in control of us. They are bearing, and every tree is for food. We are to eat the fruit of the trees. That is what Yahuwah gave us to eat. Man and woman should build their own families. They are supposed to go out and start their own families. Master sin. We are to be in control of our sin. We should not sin. By doing that, we keep the Torah. Every clean living that lives shall be food for you. Yahuwah gave us meat to eat, and it is the clean animals of the field. Do not eat the blood. The blood is holy. It is sacred. It is something that Yah said, stay away from me. So the life is in the blood. Do not eat of this. Walk before me and be perfect. Yahuwah wants to be perfect in his sight, and he wants to obey his laws. Guard Yahuwah's covenant, laws, statutes, and commandments. This has the most amount. This has been told us the most amount of times in the entire Torah. We should keep his commands. Every male shall be circumcised at 8 days old. This is the covenant between man and Yahuwah, is that we are circumcised at 8 days old. Teach your children the commands and guard the way of Yahuwah. Yahuwah wants to teach the next generation, and so we do not forget the commands. Remember Yahuwah's name for all generations. Everyone should know his name, and it should never be forgotten. Keep the Passover, Pesach. We are to keep this day. It is the first feast of the new year. Specific feast that Yahuwah gave us to put blood on the doorpost and save our firstborn. This is a day of remembrance. Keep the feast of unleavened bread, the festival of Matzah. We are supposed to do a remembrance, also practice for when we have to return to land. There is one Torah for the stranger and the Hebrew. Everyone follows the same exact Torah. There is no different Torah for anyone. Sanctify all firstborn to Yahuwah. When the firstborn are Yahuwah's, those are his. He said those are to be ransomed, or those are to be his. There are no mighty ones before Yahuwah. We're supposed to have Yahuwah and Yahuwah only. You should not make graven images. Do not make anything that you bow down to, that you would worship. You should only worship Yahuwah. Do not bring Yahuwah's name to naught. Yahuwah's name is to be held in the highest regard. It is supposed to be respected above all names. Keep the Shabbat, the Sabbath day. It is this seventh day. It is a set-apart day. Honor your parents. We are supposed to honor our parents. They are the ones who brought us in the world, the one who taught us and raised us. So we are supposed to honor our parents as they are also our elders. Do not kill. Do not take a life of Yahuwah's. Do not break wedlock. You are to have this covenant. It's a sacred covenant set up by Yahuwah, and you are not supposed to break this. Do not steal. If it does not belong to you, it is not yours. Do not take it. It does not belong to you. Do not make false accusations against your neighbor. Do not lie about your neighbor. Don't say something false about him that can ruin his reputation. That can ruin him. Do not covet anything of your neighbors. You are supposed to be happy with what you have. You start lusting over things that are not yours. You will make bad decisions. You will make decisions that will go against Yah. Do not make an altar from a rock that the tool is touched. If you're building an altar, make sure they are from pure stones and not something that you have used for the tool. Do not go up to the altar by the steps. They were not for us to go up by, only those who were ordained. If a man steals cattle, you shall restore it 5 times. It is correct weights and measures that if you steal someone's animal, you give him 5 times back. Do not lie with beasts. This is an abomination. This is a sin where you are supposed to be put to death. No sacrifice to other Elohim. We are supposed to sacrifice only to Yahuwah, and we are not supposed to have any other Elohim or mighty ones that we worship to. Do not oppress a stranger, fatherless, or widow. They are already struggling enough as is, and there's no need to make his life any harder. Do not charge your brother interest. If your brother borrows something from you, you are supposed to give to him without looking for interest, without looking for a return. If you borrow your friend, return it to him before sunset. If you borrow something from your neighbor, return it to him. Back in the day, life only had one garment, so you had to return it to him. Do not curse the ruler of your people. And those who were in charge, they were holy. We were supposed to honor them, and we're not supposed to curse them. Do not eat what is torn from a beast. If you see something that has been destroyed by an animal, do not eat it, even if it is a clean animal. Do not false report. You are to tell the truth and only the truth. You are not supposed to bring false report to the people of Yah. Do not follow a multitude of evil. We are supposed to stay away from those people, those who are bad groups, those who are doing evil things, those of the world. We are to stay away from. Do not judge righteously against the poor. Even if someone is poor, do not judge against him just because of his money. Bring back your enemy's cattle if you find it going astray. The animal is not your enemy. The cattle are not your enemies. If your enemy has a cattle that has gone away, bring it back to him. Help the animals of your enemy. If you see the animal of your enemy and it is stuck, something wrong with it, you're supposed to help it up. You're supposed to bring it back. You're supposed to help the animals. The animal is not the person who wronged you. Stay away from rumors and gossipers. Stay away from them so they don't corrupt you as well. Take no bribes. You are supposed to not blind your eye to justice no matter the cause. You are not supposed to take bribes to blind the rightness. Do not oppress strangers, love the strangers. Love the strangers. We were once strangers in the land of Mitzrayim. Give your land rest in the 7th year. The land had a Shabbat. We were supposed to grow extra in the 6th year, protection in the 6th year, and then you let it rest in the 7th. Do not mention any pagan names. These are demonic names. These are names of other mighty ones. Yahuwah said he is the only name which we should mention, and we should not be talking about the evil names. Keep the feast of Yahuwah, who has feasts throughout the year that he asks us and tells us that we need to follow and keep, and they are not put on the cross. Do not kill your goat in its mother's milk. They're abominations that the pagans did, and something that we should not do. Obey the messenger Yahuwah sends before you. Yahuwah sends a messenger before you. You are to follow as he says, because he brings the word of Yahuwah. Do not bow down to other Elohim or other gods. There's only one Elohim, and he is a jealous El. He is a jealous Elohim that is our Father. We should not be worshiping other Elohim. Serve Yahuwah. Yahuwah tells us to serve him. We're to obey him, follow him, and do what he tells us to do. Make no covenant with other Elohim or outsiders of land. The only one we should have a covenant with is Yahuwah. Do not make or use anointing oil on a normal person. Do not make or use perfume on a normal person. There are special oils and perfumes made specifically for the Levites, and if you were to make this, you were to be cut off from the land. Do not eat the fat that is toxic for humans to eat, and it also supposed to be burned to Yahuwah for a savory smell. Do what you say you're going to do. If you say you're going to do something, honor your oath and do it. Return what is your neighbor's, just like the animal is your enemy. These things are not your neighbor. If you know something, you are supposed to return it. You're supposed to do what is right. Obey Yahuwah's dietary laws. There are dietary laws of what we should and should not eat, of clean and unclean food. Shouldn't eat things like pork, shrimp, horses, things like that. When it's time of separation, we're supposed to have a time of separation, and they're supposed to be taken care of. Obey Yahuwah's hygiene laws. There's certain things on how you're supposed to stay clean. Keep the Day of Atonement, 𝐤𝐄𝐅𝐿. This is the day where you who afflict your being. This is the day where it is like the repentance of sins. This is a very special day to Yahuwah. Do not uncover the nakedness of your family. Because that is very wicked in the eyes of Yahuwah. Very wicked in general. We're not supposed to do those kind of things. We're supposed to stay far away from those. Do not take your woman's sister or wife. They will fight a lot, just like we saw with Rachel and Leah. Do not lie with a woman in her uncleanness. You are to not to enter to a woman when she is unclean. You are supposed to give her rest. Do not sacrifice children Moloch, or sacrifice children. All children are supposed to be sacrificed, which is taken care of and raised up in the Torah. Do not be a sodomite. That is an abomination before Yahuwah. Be kodesh. Be holy. You are to be holy before Yahuwah. So we are his people. We are to be holy in everything that we do. Do not reap the corner of your field, or you should not glean your vineyard. You are to leave it for the stranger, the widow, and the fatherless, so that they have something to eat, because they could not take care of themselves. So you are supposed to be there to help them. Do not deal falsely or defraud your neighbor. You are supposed to be honest to your neighbor in everything that he does. You are supposed to take care of your neighbor. You are supposed to be honest with him. Do not lie or be a liar. You're supposed to be holy for Yahuwah, and you shouldn't say false things about people. Pay your workers for the day's wage they are due. If someone is working for you, you should pay them what you owe them.
Do not harm the disabled. They are already harmed as much as it is. Why would you harm them and make their lives worse? Do not endanger your neighbor. You're not supposed to bring harm upon your neighbor. You're not supposed to endanger him. You're supposed to keep them safe. Who does not want his people harming each other? Do not hate your brother. So love our brother. They are our brother. Who says not to hate them.
Rebuke your neighbor for his sin. If you see your neighbor doing something sinful, rebuke him. Love your neighbor as yourself. You are to love your neighbor as yourself. Yahuwah says that is one of the greatest of all commands. He said this is what you are not going to harm your neighbor. You're not going to do fraud. You're not going to lie to him if you love your neighbor as yourself. Do not divert your cattle. You're not supposed to put multiple cattle together. Do not cross the breeds.
Do not mingle your seed. Yahuwah says he wants to keep the seed separated, because if we do, then we start having hybrid fruits. This is not what Yahuwah wants.
Not mingle linen and wool. Linen and wool has a very specific vibration that is harmful to your body, and Yahuwah cares for us so much, he lets us know that we should not mix these together. Do not let it take a woman. It is an abomination before Yahuwah, and both will be put to death. Do not eat the fruit of the trees for 3 years. When you have a new tree, you are to let it grow its nutrients. You're supposed to not let the fruit be taken off so it loses nutrients.
Do not practice sorcery. That is wickedness. That is black magic. It was to stay far away from that. The people of the devil do that. Those who practice witchcraft, and they are Satanists.
Do not round your beard with the corners of your head. You're supposed to either cut it all off or don't cut it at all. Do not cut yourself for the dead. You're not supposed to put marks into your body for the dead. That is a pagan tradition.
Do not get tattoos. We're not supposed to mark your body. Yahuwah says you are not a canvas. You are not. Your body is supposed to be holy before Him, and putting tattoos on your body defiles your body.
Do not prostitute your daughter. That is an abomination before Yahuwah, and you should be put to death for doing that. Do not defile your temple. Your temple is holy and so sacred, just like the temple of the Levites. It is supposed to be maintained clean. It is supposed to maintain before Yahuwah.
And let me very carefully speak on this particular topic of do not defile our temple. And for those of you guys who are aware, you guys know what I'm alluding to. But they got, the one thingy that came in early in this decade, and they got the next thingy that's coming around nowadays, right? And what we saw from the first thingy is that people got sick. People got really, really sick. They didn't last as long as they did, and there's a lot of things to be said, right? We got to be very, very, very careful. And what we should very clearly understand, and I hope that maybe this falls on some ears that maybe would go the other direction, is that we have been given this incredible thing. It's called an immune system. The thing about an immune system is that every once in a while we're supposed to get sick, right? We're supposed to get the heebie-jeebies. We're supposed to get the flu. We're supposed to get the cold. We're supposed to get the hackety-hackety. It's all part of the system. Now, if we did not have a way to detox the toxins in our system, then maybe you would want to think about the thingy from those guys. But since we know that we have an immune system, the thingy isn't a good idea. So we need to make sure that we are keeping our temples as clean as possible to not bring thingies inside of us. You know what I mean?
Sarah says the thingy
Yeah.
was that she heard that it's part of the new thingy.
Yeah. And that same thingy is the same thing that happened during the great Spanish flu back in the days, right? They've been thingies ever since the wizards started making thingies. And so the thing is, we are very our Creator has made us in an incredible fashion. And guys, do not fear a cold, right? This is great news. You got a cold, your body is functioning as it should be, right? Don't it's simple enough. We grew up. What's fascinating about this entire thing is that we all grew up in a world where getting getting a cold is not a big deal, right? I grew up, went to school, and people around me got sick, and eventually my throat would start feeling raspy. I'd touch my head, and it feels like somebody cracked me with a baseball bat over the head, right? And you're just like, wow, why is my head like really, really hurt? It's all the signs of great things happening, right? So do not fear a cold. Do not fear a flu. Grab some turkey or chicken noodle soups and maybe some turkey pieces. Sit in bed, grab the Kleenexes, get warm, and give it 2 or 3 days, and you will be totally fine, and you will be stronger walking out of it. And then you don't have to have the thingy boosters. You know what I mean? So let's move on while we still have a stream. Do not consult the medium, right? That should be obvious enough, but yeah, hey, we put the laws on the cross, man. So does that mean you consult the medium? No, you don't have any laws on the cross, and we don't do things that are contrary to what our Creator has said not to do. And if you do, right, you get taken outside the city gates and killed. A lot of these things that we're reading right here are death offenses, and nobody wants to hear that stuff, right? Sodomy, death offense. Adultery, death offense. Wizardry, false nevium, false prophecy, right outside the city gates, right? Just have a pile of rocks right out there, take care of business, and then put the rocks back up for the next guy that does such a thing. Continue on.
Respect your elders. You're supposed to respect them. They are wise of years. They are supposed to be the ones that will guide the new generations.
Have correct weights and measures. We should be fair and just in everything that we do, and we should have correct weights and measures.
Do not walk in the manners of the nations, or supposed to do as the other nations do. We are supposed to stay in the ways of Yahuwah. Eat the feast of fruits, Shavuot, Omer count, Pentecost, another one of Yahuwah's feasts. Is a holy set-apart day. We are to give the first of our field to Yahuwah. Eat the Feast of Trumpets, Yom Teruah. It is a day of blasting, a day of the shofar. This is a fall feast. Keep the Feast of Sukkot, Shemini Atzeret, is a day a week that we're saying in tents that we are supposed to remembrance of the people, and also practice for when we return to land.
If you bless the name of Yahuwah, you shall be put to death.
The rock pile. Right outside the city gates, right? These are the rock piles that I keep saying that we have out there for when we have to drag somebody outside the city gates. And if you want to run your trap blaspheming the name of Yahuwah, well, you get the rock pile. It's just the way it is. Now, continuing on, if you kill your neighbor's animal, you must give him another, right? Beautiful Torah commands, right? But, the opposite of the beautiful Torah commands is when you reject these and you live opposite to this, because you could steal your neighbor's animal. It doesn't have any kind of Torah commands. We don't know, if you didn't have a Torah, you wouldn't know that this kind of stuff ticked the Creator of the universe off when you steal or kill or do something to your neighbor's stuff, right? The world of Torah is supposed to be fair and balanced, is the way it's supposed to be, right? Eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You do this happens. You don't do this happens. All of these kind of things. And at the end of the day, if we were obedient children of the Most High, then we don't get the pile of rocks sitting outside the city gates, because we know what we wouldn't want that, because we wouldn't do those bad commands.
If you kill your neighbor's animal, you must give him another.
We just did that one. Next one.
Repay injury for injury. If you hurt someone, was he injured back? And Yahuwah says eye for eye, tooth for tooth.
Honor the Yovel, the Jubilee year. Every 50 years, you're supposed to release debts, slaves, things like that. House was supposed to go back to people. We don't exactly know when the Jubilee year is, though.
Confess your sins to Yahuwah and repay who you've trespassed against. It's one of these things. It's a commandment of remembrance, right? You remember something that had happened back in the days, or something to the effect that you could actually say sorry, or you could do something. You back in the days in this, you would sacrifice, right? You would have a sacrifice for these things of remembrance, because even though it's in the past, it's still something we have to account for. And so it's better to account for it right now in these lands when we have this opportunity.
The law of being a Nazir, and Nazirite covenant was a specific set-apart covenant between you and Yahuwah, where you would grow out your hair, no razor would touch your hair, you would stay away from everything of the vine, and you would live a different holy life. Whereas these on the four corners of your garments, to wear them as a remembrance that we are Yahuwah's people.
Laws of whoever touches a corpse. There are things to do when you touch a corpse, on how you're supposed to get clean, how long you were unclean for. We follow Yahuwah's law of inheritance. Yahuwah has a set-apart law of inheritance that he wants us to follow when someone who owns property or has materials dies.
Do not add or take away from the word. Yahuwah says the word is his, and we're not supposed to add or take away from it. We're supposed to do it as he says.
Guard your soul. One of the most important commands, we should be guarding our soul. We should wrap ourselves with the Torah and stay away from the evil.
Learn to fear Yahuwah. Part of guarding your soul is learning to fear Yahuwah, obeying his commands, because the fear of Yahuwah is the respect of Yahuwah. You shall love Yahuwah with all your heart. We're supposed to love Yahuwah with everything we have, and he is supposed to be the main person in our lives.
Bind the laws upon your hand and the frontlets between your eyes. Everything that we do, we should be thinking about the Torah. It should always be on our mind, in our sight. Everything that we do should be part of the Torah.
Write the laws on your doorpost. When you go in and out, the Torah should be the thing you see. When you go in and out, when you live your life, the Torah should be the first thing on your mind. Do not tempt Yahuwah. We don't want to tempt Yahuwah to anger or to punish us because we are bad people.
Do what is right and good in the sight of Yahuwah. Everything that we do, it should be based on the Torah. For what is that right according to the Torah, and it should not be by what we think is right.
Do not be afraid of your enemies. Yahuwah said he goes out and fights for us, and he fights our battles, and if we are following him, we have nothing to fear.
Remember Yahuwah. This is the thing, guys. When we know Torah, this is how we remember Yahuwah, right? When we keep the laws, the statutes, and commandments, when we write them on our heart, mind, and soul, when they're part of our lives, that's how we're remembering Yahuwah. That's how we're actually proving our loyalty. That's how we're actually signing the covenant contract, right? The covenant contract is if you abide, if you keep, if you honor these laws, statutes, and commandments, we're in the clique, we're in the club. And so it's one of these things that it's all there. It's all there for all of us. All right. Hit it? Anyone?
Circumcise your heart. We should enter into the covenant, like physical circumcision with our heart. We should be in a covenant with Yahuwah.
Cleave to Yahuwah. You are supposed to strive to be with him. You are supposed to strive to be his people. You are supposed to cling to what he has to say.
Swear by his name. If you are doing an oath, you should be in Yahuwah's name, and you should never break it.
Destroy graven images. When you have idols and things in the land, you are to get rid of them. You are supposed to destroy them from off the land.
Yeah, these would be things that took you outside of the rock pile, right? You start making a graven image or building an Ashtaroth pole. It's like, oh, the rocks are going to be used. All right, bring them out.
Do not make out of Yahuwah as the pagans do to their Elohim. We should worship Yahuwah as we can't see him and not make a physical idol of him.
Rejoice in all Yahuwah has blessed you with. God has blessed us with life, with breath, with so much, and we should be rejoicing with him. We should be thanking him and praising him for what he has given to us.
Do not do what is right in your own eyes. Everything should be according to the Torah, according to what Yahuwah thinks is right, not what we think is right.
Do not hearken to the words of the false prophets. If there was a false prophet among you, you are not supposed to listen to him. You're supposed to get rid of him. You're supposed to take him outside the gates and stone him.
Rock pile.
Do not make any baldness between your eyes for the dead. Something that the pagans like to do when we're guessing they shave their eyebrows.
You shall not eat any abominable thing. Yahuwah only said a few things are abominable, but if they are abominable to him, you would not want to eat them. You would not want to offend him in this way.
Don't shoot up any abominable thing either. I would like to add that as well, if you know what I mean.
You shall give to a stranger clean food that dies itself, but you should not eat of it. If clean food dies, like killed by an animal or something, you can give it to a stranger who is among you, but you do not eat of it.
Give tithe your increase of seed year by year. Every year you're supposed to give a little bit more Yahuwah because you're supposed to take care of the Levites. They did not have an inheritance, so what you provided was what they would eat, what they would take care of them.
Laws of the end of the 7-year release. Another thing similar to the Jubilee where people are free to debts cleared, things like that.
Do not borrow from the nations. Here we are right now. We live in it. It's why we are seeing this happen right now is nearly all these every single day I see videos that come through of the North American people being smoked. And it's from the price of food, it's to the price of their houses, the price of the cars. Nobody can afford anything. People are moving into storage sheds, they're moving into cars. North America looks like a fifth world country right now. Like third world countries look way above what the United States does. And it has for about the last decade. When we came down to what you would call a third world country, or what our family in the States laughed at us for, like, oh, when you want to get a real country, you come back here. But even a decade ago when we came down here, there's no homeless people, right? There's homeless people every little bit. But as far as having cities of homeless people, like, it does not look like LA. You don't have drug issues like you do down here. Now, of course, everyone's too broke to buy drugs like they do in the States. And of course, the designer drugs aren't down here. So I'm sure it will be coming. But as far as what North America is right now, And, when you see this command, do not borrow from the nations. I saw a dude on the phone with his insurance company, or his home loan, and they said his insurance for the year got raised like $1,000. And he's like, what do you mean it got raised $1,000, right? This is what happens when we're in with the nations, right? The nations are a bunch of bankster criminals. And their job is not to make you happy or comfortable or anything. Their job is to repo your house and your car and rebuild it back and make all this money. So as we are seeing the effects of borrowing from the nations, we're seeing the grip of North America just crush the souls out of people. Continue on.
Do not harden your heart nor show your hand from the poor. If there's a poor person who needs something, help them, but don't harden your heart.
Guard month 1 of it. Who is counter? Month 1 has some of his feasts, some of the start of his feast, and we're supposed to keep it in remembrance.
3 times a year, all males shall appear before Yahuwah. Back when Jerusalem, when Jerusalem was a Kodesh place, 3 times a year, all males would go there before Yahuwah.
You shall make judges and officers in all your gates. And this is not. We're not talking about the legislative branch of the United States government. We're talking about a Torah-based society, right? Like when it says don't call the ruler of your people names or don't afflict them. We're not talking about like things like the orange demon. We're talking about Kodesh people that are based their ruling on Torah, right? Based on all of this, right? And so we're talking about either back in the days it was a current population, but for us it's a future generation where we will have judges and officers. The kingdom to come is going to look a tremendous amount like right now, right? There's probably going to be disagreements, and there are probably going to be some issues that we have as we are settling in amongst all of our people, and there's going to be the same thing. Every Shabbat, every 7th day, we're going to be keeping a Shabbat in the kingdom to come. We're going to be keeping Passover, Sukkot. All of our appointed times is what we are getting in ready for right now. Simply by keeping these appointed times and working with Shabbats and doing all this, we're simply showing that we are citizens of the kingdom to come. We're showing that, yes, we are ready to make this citizen leap into the kingdom. All the people that are like, the laws have been nailed to the cross. Those are not the citizen people, right? They're not the people who make the kingdom. Those are the people that here depart from me, you who work lawlessness. Continue on, gentlemen.
Not plant Asherah poles near the altar. You should not be doing anything with Asherah poles. If you plant near the altar, you were to be killed for that. You were to take it out of the stones. Yep.
Rock pile.
There must be 2 or 3 witnesses. When you are accusing someone, there should be at least 2 or 3 witnesses who are accusing someone.
Hearken to the prophet, Yahuwah's chosen. Now, if there was a real prophet, the prophet was proven to be real, one you didn't take out of the rock pile, this is the one you were supposed to listen to, because he had the words of Yahuwah.
Prophet test, Deuteronomy. There was a test of listening to see if what they say comes true or not, to determine if they're a false or a true prophet.
Do not remove your neighbor's property line, right? Again, things about being a good citizen of the kingdom to come and being a good citizen of the world we are in, right? These are all things we've seen it over the years. Everybody battles for that last 2 or 3 inches of the line of their fence, or they go and do stuff, and it's just our Creator doesn't want that. He does not want conflict amongst his people trying to achieve a little bit more land. So, these are all wonderful things that you would want your government to have as rules, and we do. Next.
How to deal with a false witness among Torah keepers. There is a false witness among Torah keepers, you would find out, then they would get the same punishment that they wanted given to the other person.
The first child is to get double portions.
That's when didn't we just do?
No.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Try
the first child is to get double portions. When someone died in the family, the first child of that family was to get double portions because they were supposed to take care of the rest of the family.
If your brother's cattle or clothes are lost and you find them, you must return them. One of the things about being a good person, you find something of someone that's lost, return it to them.
You gotta wonder how he lost his clothes out in the middle of nowhere. Maybe it's a suitcase or something. I don't know. But yeah, cattle, clothes.
Dropped his bag somewhere.
Yeah, go give it to him. Okay.
A woman should not wear pertaining to a man, nor a man wear pertaining to a woman. Another abomination in the eyes of Yahuwah, a man should be a man, a woman should be a woman.
If you find a bird's nest, the mother and the babies or eggs, take the babies, but not the mother. You take the eggs, because if you were to take the mother, then the eggs would just be there, there would be nothing there, and if that kept happening, the species would eventually go extinct.
If you build a new house with flat roof that they would live on, you must put a railing around it. Back in the day, there was ability to live on top of a roof. It was flat. It was not a angled roof like we live on now.
Do not be a prostitute. It is an abomination for Yahuwah. Rock pile.
Do not use dirty money. How you got that, how you achieved it, right? That's not one. The one thing I've learned very, very carefully, I guess, over the years is that money doesn't mean anything to our Creator, right? There have been a lot of little things where I thought we scored the investment of a lifetime, or something had happened like this was the greatest thing, and look at the blessings our Creator is delivering to us. We're just there. And then you find out later that it wasn't in His will. What you were seeing was more of a hoax than anything. And the thing about money is that it changes people. It doesn't matter who they are. It matters that your dependability on the Creator of the universe diminishes, and you look more to your money as a survival tactic. So that's the whole point of this. Continuing on.
The Torah of divorce. Yahuwah set up a specific law of divorce. He did not want us people getting divorced, but because of their hardness of hearts, He set up the correct way to go about it. Do not take a person's millstone for a pledge. If someone pledged something to you, do not take his millstones. Back in the day, that was basically their entire life, how they would make food, money, things like that. You'd be basically taking away their life. If you lend to your brother, do not enter his house to get your payment. He must bring it to you. Return his clothing before sunset, if that was his pledge. Yahuwah cares so much about His people. He said that you will not force the payment out of someone's hand. If this person is poor, if this person is sick, or this person is not able to pay it, you're supposed to give back to their clothing before sunset, and it will cold at night. Do not press hard certain is poor and needy. If you hired someone and they're poor and needy, do not make their life any harder. Help them out with what they need. Every man should be put to death for his own sin. Every person is accountable for their own being and for their own sin and for their own way of life.
And that's good news for you, boys. Absolutely. And it's good news for me as well. You know what I mean? We're all put to death for our own sins, and we are all accountable to the Creator based upon our own merits and our own actions.
Do not go back to the forgotten sheep in the field, leave it for the stranger, fatherless, and widow. If you forgot something in the field, leave it there. You don't need it, the others need it more than you do. If your brother dies and has no child, you should take his wife and name the firstborn after your brother. If your brother dies and had no child, you're supposed to raise up this family. You're supposed to raise up the family in his honor.
You gonna marry your brother's wife if he dies?
I guess it depends if you have a child or not.
Huh?
Do not muzzle your ox when he treads out grain. Do not muzzle him. Let him eat as well. Don't just force him to work and give him nothing. In the 7 years, you read the Torah at the Feast of Sukkot, the Feast of Tabernacles. The tradition of Israel was to be, as they were to read the Torah, so the people did not forget the Torah when they came out to celebrate Sukkot.
All right, here we are. Let us get into this. I just like to skim through the comments because I love to hear what you guys are all saying, talking about here. Okay, so here we are. Now let us get into the reading for today. And it may be one of the last couple chapters that we do as this Shabbat gathering. What started off this morning is we always have issues sometimes right before we get going on this, and today we had an Ethernet cable that wouldn't light up the tablet we're working on, and it gets down to game time here, and we're just sitting here struggling, trying to get through with this, and I'm just like, man, is this more than what I should be pushing on my family on this? And so it got me to thinking, I'm wondering if maybe Shabbat should just be a full-on Shabbat for everybody here. But we are going to make sure that we end on the Torah, that we get through the end of Deuteronomy. So we have another week to figure this out and see where we go for the future on this. But we are at the very end of Devarim. We're very, very, very end. And it is an incredible book. When we do one chapter a week, and you see that we're at the very end of Deuteronomy, you guys can see how long we've been doing this. The number of chapters in any scriptures, at least I think Jah scriptures is 2,000. There's a little over 2,000 chapters, 2,010 I think to be precise. And so we've been at this a while to make it to the end of Devarim. And it has been an incredible journey as we watch Yah's people, as we watch our homeboy like Moshe, that we watch Aharon, and we watch Yahoshua, we watch all the people of old, how they did it right, how they did it wrong. All of these kind of examples are things that we can use. So, Kate, give us a breakdown of where we're at to our final last couple chapters.
So, from all the way out of Egypt, all the way for the 40 years, Moshe has been watching over these people. He has been doing as Yahuwah commanded and guiding them in the Torah, teaching them the ways, trying to get them in the promised land all in one piece, because they are a very stressful people to work with. They are very stressful people to guide, because they are very hard-headed, they're very stiff-necked, and they're very rebellious. And it comes to the point where they were so rebellious, Moshe messed up and he was not able to make it to the land himself. He is to look outside, right basically at the doorstep of the land, and he's not allowed to go in. So on his last days, he's getting very old. People have to carry him in and out to go to places. And so they took Joshua, they took Yehoshua, and anointed him in front of the people and said, this is your new leader, this is who's going to guide you into the promised land. So they wrote a song, they wrote the Song of Remembrance, so that the people do not forget the Torah of Yahuwah, even though they are going to forget it later on. He wrote this so that it would be a reminder to them, that it would be a warning to their next generations that they should not forget Yahuwah or the Torah.
Okay, thank you very much. Deuteronomy chapter 33. And this is the baraka with which Moshe, the man of Elohim, barak the children of Yisrael before his death. So we have blessings. The word baraka is blessings, and we have barak, which is blessed, the children of Yisrael before his death. And he said, Yahuwah came from Sinai and rose from Seir for them. He shone forth from Mount Paran and came with 10,000s of Kodeshim at his right hand, a law of fire for them. Indeed, he loves the peoples. All his Kodeshim are in your hand, and they sat down at your feet, receiving your words. Moshe commanded us a Torah, an inheritance of the assembly of Yaakov. And he was sovereign in Jerusalem when the heads of the people were gathered, the tribes of Yisrael. Let Reuven live and not die, and let his men be numbered. Now, one thing I do want to poke on this is that if on verse 4 it says, Moshe commanded us a Torah, an inheritance of the assembly of Yaakov. Now, when we learn our identity, when we figure out that we really aren't Christians, or we aren't whatever denomination, whatever foo-foo man-made name there is, when we figure this out and we come to the understanding that we are Yisrael, and we're not talking about the little group of Turks that are over there in the Middle East that are causing all this worldwide damage at the point, but we're talking about when the scriptures helps us identify who Yisrael is. And we can learn who Yisrael is because in the land of Mitzrayim, when Moshe led them out of the land of Mitzrayim by the hand of the creator of the universe, there was a mixed multitude of people that came out with them. And the mixed multitude were every color under the sun. And this is where you learn very quickly inside scriptures that racism in of itself is a man-made doctrine, right? I have no place anywhere in scriptures that I can ever recall any type of skin color discussion whatsoever, outside of the possibility that Noah was like really, really super white and was shining and scaring everybody around when he was born. We also know the Messiah Yahushua is like bronze color, right? Burnished bronze and woolly hair, things of this nature. But as far as like, can I say that this guy who is a different color than me is different than me in any way, shape, or form? And there's no such thing, right? Can I say this guy that is a different color than me has a different form of salvation? Well, there's nowhere in scriptures that says anything like that. It all comes back to the exact same. If you want to be a child of the Most High, we have a set of covenant, guidelines, laws, statutes, and commandments. And when you walk these commandments, then by default, you are part of this same thing that Moshe said, where he commanded us a Torah, and that same Torah is alive and breathing today, and it's inheritance of the assembly of Yaakov. So hopefully you guys will consider that you guys are an assembly of Yaakov, because we know that his name was changed to Yisrael. So we want to be children of the house of Yisrael, the real, legitimate sons and daughters of Yisrael. Continuing on, 7. And this of Yahudah. And he said, hear Yahuwah, the voice of Yahudah, and bring him to his people. His hand shall fight for him, and you be a help against his enemies. And Lewi, and of Lewi he said, your Tumen and your Umen belong to your kind one, whom you tried at Massah, with whom you contended at the waters of Meribah, who said of his father and mother, I have not seen them. And he did not acknowledge his brothers or know his own children, for they have guarded your word and watched over your covenant. They teach your right rulings to Yaakov, and your Torah to Yisrael. They put incense before you and a complete burnt offering on your altar. O Yahuwah, Barak, his strength, and accept the work of his hands. Strike through the loins of those who rise against him and of those who hate him, that they rise no more. Of Benjamin, he said, let the beloved of Yahuwah dwell in safety by him, shielding him all the day as he dwells between his shoulders. And of Yosef, he said, Baruch of Yahuwah is his land, with the choicest from the Shamayim, with the dew and the deep lying beneath, with the choice fruits of the sun, with the choice yield of the months, with the finest of the ancient mountains, and with the choicest of the everlasting hills, with the choicest of the earth, and all that fills it, and the good pleasure of him who dwelt in the bush. Let it come on the head of Yosef, and on the crown of the head of him who was separate from his brothers. His splendor is like a firstborn bull, and his horns are like the horns of the wild ox. With them he pushes the peoples to the ends of the earth. And they are the thousands of Ephraim, and they are the thousands of Manasseh. And of Zebulun he said, rejoice, O Zebulun, in your going out, and Issachar, in your tents. They call peoples to the mountain. There they bring offerings of righteousness, for they draw from the riches of the sea and treasures hidden in the sand. And of God he said, Baruch is he who enlarges God, who dwells as a lion and shall tear off the arm, also the crown. And he chose the best for himself, for there the portion of the lawgiver was hidden. And he came with the heads of the people. The righteousness of Yahuwah he did, and his right rulings with Yisrael. And of Dan he said, Dan is a lion's cub that leaps from Bashan. And of Naphtali he said, O Naphtali, satisfied with pleasure and filled with the barakah of Yahuwah, possesses the west and the south. And of Asher he said, Asher is the most Baruch of sons. Let him be accepted by all his brothers, and dip his foot in oil. Your sandals are iron and bronze, and your strength as your days. O Yeshurun, there is none like El, riding the Shamayim to help you, and on the clouds in his excellency. The Elohim of old is a refuge, and beneath are everlasting arms, and he drives out the enemy from before you and says, destroy. Thus Yisrael dwells in safety, the fountain of Yaakov alone, in a land of grain and new wine. His Shamayim also drop down dew. Baruch, blessed are you, O Yisrael. Who is like you? A people saved by Yahuwah, the shield of your help, and he who is the sword of your excellency. And your enemies are subdued for you, and you tread down their high places. Now this is a much different kind of a like almost a blessing. If you remember the blessing that Yisrael, Yaakov, gave on his kids, they weren't so good, right? There were, it didn't sound so good. It sounded like a curse. Yeah, there was a lot of them that got cursed. And you could tell there were a lot of flaws, and there was a lot of disharmony in this family together. And we learn commands like don't let your sisters marry the same guy, things like that, because this was a family of destruction, right? And this is just a tough way to be.
I think it also shows that how much Moshe was patient and loved them, that he was willing to bless all of them, where they were like fighting him for 40 years. At the end, he blessed them all. Unlike Yaakov, right? Yaakov with him, Yaakov was very disturbed with the children of Israel towards the very end, and this is very different between Yaakov and Moshe.
So you think there's a difference between Yaakov being the actual physical dad and Moshe not actually being like per se having them as direct kids? Is there a frustration possibly between fathers and their kids that we saw with Yaakov versus Moshe, who he had that same frustration, right? I mean, in fact, it was like way worse.
It was 40 years of them just upsetting him.
Yeah.
Like, they were setting out fire and snakes and curses all the time. People were burning alive outside the camps because they were upsetting him, and Moshe was always like praying for these people.
And how many years was Yosef in Mitzrayim before they ever let him know? How many years of sorrow did Yaakov have? You like?
30, 20.
It was. You guys remember?
He was 17 when he went down. He was 30 when he
was 30.
It was under 20, I think.
So we do know of anybody that has had a child and anybody's lost a child. You guys, I don't have that experience yet. I can't say that my experience is well, but I can say that we love our furry friends and family as much as humans, right? And we have lost our furry friends and family, and it's absolutely devastating. So I can't even imagine what it is to lose a child such as that. So with that, Moshe, we're almost done. We got one more chapter, and we're gonna retire our brother Moshe, and he has definitely done a job well done on this. And I think what Cade was saying is that he was very patient, even to the very end. Even this blessing or this this departure farewell, you could tell he didn't have contempt, right? Like I would be sitting there, good luck on this stuff, but you're the reason that I got kicked out of this thing, friends. It'd be a little bit of vinegar on top of this stuff, kind of like Jacob, right? I mean, he ended his cursings to these people. So, all right, guys, let's get into this. 𝤉𝐄𝐄𝐅, 1 John chapter 1. This is an incredible book. Now, this is written by the same as the Besorah, right? The same John that is the brother of Messiah Yahushua. This is they attribute 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, as well as the book of John and Revelation to our brother 𝤉𝐄𝐄𝐅. And so when you're looking, I think James is a fantastic emissary, right? A fantastic disciple. And I think John, we can glean and glimmer a tremendous amount of understanding with somebody that walked hand to hand, side by side with our Messiah, right? He saw the ups, he saw the downs, he saw it down to the crucifixion, he saw the resurrection, he saw it all. To the time when he was in Patmos Island, and I did a Revelation 1 through 3 reading that we went over Patmos Island and what it looks like, and little cave he was in, and all these other things. So let us see what the book of 𝤉𝐄𝐄𝐅 has for all of us. And it's short. What was from the beginning, what we have heard, what we have seen with our eyes, what we have looked upon, and our hands have handled concerning the word of Kai, the words of life, right? Okay. So let's talk, because this is one of these. These are this is a Trinity chapter. When people are saying, "Oh, we believe that the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are all one same individual," they will take you to this, and they will say it plain and simple. You will explain to them that it's not what they think. But let's get into this, because it says we're talking right here. We're talking about the word of life. We're talking about the word, and let's see if we can figure this out as we read as a fam here. And the Kai, the life, was manifested, and we have seen and bear witness, and announced to you that everlasting Kai, which was with the Father and was manifested to us. We announce to you what we have seen and heard, so that you too might have fellowship with us. And truly, our fellowship is with the Father and with his Ben, Yahushua HaMashiach. Okay, so in the beginning, we know that there is the word of Kai. Now, gentlemen, what is the word? First of all, let's define what the word is.
The Torah.
The Torah is the word. And when the book of John was being written, this John, 1 John, all the Johns, there was no such thing as a New Testament, guys. There was no such thing as the Besorah. The only doctrine that we ever had was the Torah and all the prophets. That's what they had. And so when people are thinking that the New Testament is some sort of new guidelines or new rules or new system, the Old Testament is the New Testament revealed, and the Old Testament is the New Testament concealed. And when you understand that they are all the exact same book, and the exact same book just continues on. So we're talking about the word of life. Now, the word of life was given to us. It was given to Adam and Kawa, and Adam and Eve, right? That is what the very first thing that our foremother and forefather, they violated, right? The word of our Creator, the word that we read, be fruitful, multiply, all of this stuff. Now, one thing that we have to understand that is critical to our understanding of this entire verse and understanding of who our Messiah is that our Messiah was not created when creation was created for us. That's something we have to understand, is that our Messiah was with his Father probably for what we would understand as billions of years, maybe more than that. We don't know, and we have no place in scriptures that ever says this, but we do know the Father and the Son were together. They're not the same individuals. But before creation, when the Creator was doing his work, he had all the messengers, he had his Son, the host of the Shamayim, watching all of this go down. So as we understand that this is not saying that Messiah Yahushua is his Father. And we can see this in verse 3 when it very clearly differentiates the difference. And truly, our fellowship is with the Father. It doesn't say the Father who is the Son. It says, and with his Son. Bein is the word. Yahushua HaMashiach. It's two separate individual entities, right? We have to get this through our minds, especially if we're coming from a Trinity background to where we've been hoaxed that everybody thinks they're all the same individuals. And it does make a difference, because we should not be praying to a Messiah Yahushua. We should not be praying to the J word. There's nowhere in scriptures that has ever been ordained. We have one Elohim who is one, and that is the Elohim who hears and receives our prayers. So we have to be very, very careful that we don't get trapped in these doctrines of men. 4. And we write this to you in order that your joy might be complete. And this is the message which we have heard from him and announced to you, that Elohim is light and in him is no darkness at all. Okay, we have a very blatant statement that Elohim Most High, who is Yahuwah, has no darkness in him. Okay, so if he and the Son were the same individuals, and he told us very clearly that he is one, our Messiah Yahushua very clearly says that his will is not his, but it is his Father's. We have multiple witnesses. In fact, throughout all of scriptures, there's thousands of different witnesses as to who our Creator is. And our Creator is not the Son. Now, you have to come to the understanding that our Creator did not die on the stake. That Hasatan did not kill the Creator of the universe for 3 days. Like there was not a unruled world somewhere where our Creator was dead in Sheol for 3 days while this was going on. This is why you have the story of Abraham and Isaac. This is why you have what people say is insane, that you would ask a person to go slay your son. And the good news is, obviously, he didn't get slayed, right? It was a test of obedience. And it went to the point where he was putting the knife and he's getting ready to slice and dice, and it didn't happen, right? We know that. But then our Creator did exactly what he had asked his creation to do, and he continued on this, right? The Father let his Son be slaughtered, right? That is what he did for us, whereas he gave mercy to Abraham and Isaac, right? So let's continue on. 6. If we say we have fellowship with him and walk in darkness, we lie and are not doing the truth. Guys, this took every 400,000 different religious systems and debunked them all. There is not a single religious system. You cannot give me a name of any kind of religious system that doesn't violate what we have right here, right? If you think that you are a member of the kingdom to come, but you walk in darkness, okay, how would we walk in darkness, fellas?
We would go against Torah. We would live out of bondage.
We would live in bondage. We would be
out of bondage.
Right. And the thing is, guys, this is the big trick, right? Hasatan thinks that not keeping the Torah is light, when in fact it's been completely lied to, right? We can't say that we are walking in light and you don't know the Torah. You can't say you love Elohim Most High with all your heart, mind, and soul, but you reject his words. It doesn't go like that. It is the same thing with your kids. Imagine you have a whole bunch of rebel kids and they do everything opposite of what you say, and you're like, kids, does this show love? And they're like, yeah, Dad, this is love. Well, is it? Why do you make me so mad then? Why are you going against what I say? And the thing is, the things that our Creator says is for our health, and it is for our spiritual wealth. It is for two different things that we cannot achieve anywhere else. We cannot achieve spiritual wealth by hanging out in this world. We achieve darkness and we live it. We love it. We're like a mushroom. We live in the darkness. 7. But if we walk in the light as he is in the light, we have fellowship with one another, and the blood of Yahushua HaMashiach, his Bayim, cleanses us from all sin. If we say that we have no sin, we are misleading ourselves, and the truth is not in us. Okay? A lot of people will say, oh, you're a Torah keeper. Oh, you think you're better than everybody else. That is the first thing the Christians have been programmed to think, is that anybody who is a law keeper is the enemy, because they have found a way of salvation without the law. In fact, they found a way of salvation without the creator of the universe. In fact, their salvation road has been doctored by Hasatan, and they're reading the wrong book. They're reading a book that is contrary to what the scriptures say. So if we want to walk in light, we have to walk in the truth. We walk in the Torah. 8. If we say that we have no sin, we are misleading ourselves, and the truth is not in us. If we confess our sins, he is trustworthy and righteous to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Okay, so we have to confess our sins, and then we're going to get forgiveness for these sins. But what happens when we just have this rotating circle of sin? What happens when we are in this Christian religion and we ask Jesus to forgive us for our sins because we know it's just a quick sin to win card and we can completely get out, because that's what we've been sold. We've been sold these lies that the J word, the Jesus, the son of Zeus, is somehow going to give us salvation. And you know how many people in the dark world are laughing at this, that people actually believe this? Satan laughs every single Sunday. Every single Sunday he just comes out high-fiving all the demons. They got everybody in these kirkes. Continue on. 10. If we say that we have not sinned, we make him a liar, and his word is not in us. And again, so here we are, right? The people out there, they're like, oh, you're a Torah keeper. Oh, you think you're better. You have no sin. We know we have sin. In fact, we know exactly what the sins we have, which is why all of us fall very, very, very short when it comes to keeping the Torah commands. Even though we know it, even though we walk to the very best of our abilities, we will be judged by the Torah. And we have to make sure that, number one, we know the Torah. We learned it, we walk it, we love it, we make it part of everything that we have. All right, well, I think that's it. I think we are going to finish this off with our last. Eli, will you please bless our brothers and sisters?
Yahuwah block you and guard you. Yahuwah make his face shine upon you and show favor to you. Yahuwah lift up his face upon you and give you peace. Thus they shall put my name on the children of Israel, and I myself shall block them.
All right, thank you very much, Eli. All right, thank you very much, everybody. We got 3 songs for you, and then we're going to call this the Shabbat.
Under the Torah, I'm safe and I'm free. Yahuwah, obeying your word is where my root ought wanna be. Living set apart, yeah, we're different by design. In your statutes I shine. This love is so divine. Woke up to the sunrise, opened up my scroll. World chasing trends, but I'm chasing after your soul. They say conform, I say stand on your law. To heal them in my veins, got that coldest fire all under the wings of Torah. I'm safe and I'm free. Yahuwah, obeying your word is where my root ought wanna be. Living set apart, yeah, we different by design. In your statutes I shine. This love is so divine. Friends switching lanes, running after fame. I'm running to commandments, calling on your name. Yahoo, I'm my refuge under feathers I hide. Torah is my guide, and you I abide. Oh, under the wings of Torah, I'm safe and I'm free. Yahuwah, obeying your word is where my root ought wanna be. Living set apart, yeah, we different by design. In your statutes I shine. This love is so divine. Trials hit hard, but your law is my shield. Culture pulls left, but your way is the field. Feast on my calendar, Shabbat my reset. Set apart like best decision yet. Oh, under the wings of Torah, I'm safe and I'm free. Yahuwah, obeying your word is where my root ought wanna be. Living set apart, yeah, we different by design. In your statutes I shine. This love is so divine. Now the light is spreading, others catching the glow. Seeing how it's cool to let your Torah flow. Whole generation rising different and bold. Under your wings we shine like pure gold. Under the wings of Torah, I'm safe and I'm free. Yahuwah, obeying your word is where my ruach wanna be. Living set apart, yeah, we different by design. In your statutes I shine. This love is so divine. No more chains, I'm free in your ways. Hallelujah, lifting praise every day. No more chains, I'm free in your ways. In your shadow I rest, on your promises I stand. Forever, this is the plan.
All right, how about that saxophone in that song? Wasn't that good? All right, let's roll.
Stop, drop, and Shabbat, drop that heavy load. Yahuwah's got the rhythm, let the whole house explode. Cease from all your labors, let his presence hit the spot. Stop, drop, and Shabbat, give Yahuwah all you got. The week was on fire, alarms blaring loud. But when the sun sets Friday, we yell it out proud. Stop the scrolling, drop the stress. Shabbat is the move. Yahuwah's Kodesh fire drill. Get in the groove. Hey, stop, drop and Shabbat. Drop that heavy load. Yahuwah's got the rhythm. Let the whole house explode. Cease from all your labors. Let his presence hit the spot. Stop, drop, and Shabbat. Give Yahuwah all Rushing no more.